Oh, lovely. Lovely. He's just having a little conversation with his llama and his sensory ball. Yeah. 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 So tonight we are trialling Casper in his own bedroom. So if you are new to my channel, my name is Sophie and I have a little boy named Casper who is 5 months old, and I just film lots of motherhood, lifestyle videos, vlogs, hauls, things like that. So tonight we are putting Casper in his own bedroom. He's 5 months and a week old. He's been very noisy. Are you talking? Oh wow, he just spewed everywhere again. Haven't you, big boy? So this morning I trialled him in his room for his first nap of the day. So my mum fitted a blind in his room yesterday, and I was going to put him in there last night, but I thought he's not actually been in there for naps properly for a few weeks, like since before Christmas really. So I just felt a bit bad putting him in there when he's not used to being in there anymore. So we're going to do it tonight. So today we're trialling him in his own room for naps. He's had his second nap of the day in the living room this afternoon. He's literally just woken up from it, and then in about an hour I'll put him down for his third nap in the bedroom again. So this morning he lasted about 30 minutes, I think it was, and I don't know if he did actually just wake up just because it was so noisy. So we're having the living room currently decorated, that's why it's a mess. So doors were slamming, and then I opened the dishwasher, which is so loud, it's really squeaky, and the door to upstairs was open and his bedroom door was open. So what I'm going to do this afternoon is I'm going to shut the door when he has his third nap. Wow, you are being so loud. Aren't you? Yes, you are. Yes, you are. So yeah, it's just one of them things, isn't it? Like, I think the sooner you do it, the easier it is for you as a parent. And I do think that he'll be fine. He likes having a lot of room to himself. Sorry, I'm just currently extending the tripod. So he likes having loads of room. He will get in bed with us on a morning around sort of 4 AM and he will sleep. This morning he slept till 8:30, and I think it's because he was just so spread eagle. So in his snooze pod he's hardly got any room left now, so I do think that the cot will be good for him. But I had an Amazon delivery earlier. You've been sick again. So his new sleeping bag came earlier. You've just been sick everywhere again. So it's just a little bit of a bigger size up because he's nearly at the end of the sleeping bag that he's in now. So I'm just going to have a nosy at it. Have we got a new sleeping bag? So we use the Tommy Tippy grow bags, and we've been using these ones. To be fair, I've been using them for quite a long time. But we used to have the Love to Dream swaddles, which for us were absolutely amazing. But unfortunately now that he can roll and sort of go onto his side, they're just not safe. So we started using the Tommy Tippy ones properly again. So this is age 6 to 18 months. And it's a 2.5 tog. So how do we get into it, Casper? So it's a little panda, which is really cute, and I just think because it's nice and long, it's perfect for him in his cot. And like it says, it's 18 to 25 pounds. He last got weighed about 7 weeks ago and he was nearly 15 pounds, so I do think that he'll be nearly 18 pounds now, if not more. So yeah, new sleeping bag ready to go. So we're going to trial his third nap in there, which will be in about an hour. I think it's about 2:30, so it'll be about 3:30, 4 for his third nap of the day. And then we usually start bedtime routine around 6:45. So I will miss him, and I do like to sort of hold his hand when he's in the snuzz pod next to me. If he stirs a little bit, I can just pop my finger in his hand or put my hand on his chest. But I'm hoping that because he's in his own room, he isn't actually even going to stir, because we're the ones that are disturbing him or waking him up. And sometimes I think I wake him up, but I think he's waking up when actually he's just sort of babbling in his sleep. So fingers crossed it goes okay. I get that it's not for everybody. You don't recommend doing it till 6 months, and he's nearly 6 months, but not every baby's the same. He is literally, he's got like this much room at the top of his head in the snuzz pod while his feet are touching the bottom, so he technically is too big for it. He's just, he literally fits the whole length of the snuzz pod. And I just think he'll be okay. He falls asleep on his own. He does like being in there and he loves the space. So fingers crossed it goes okay. Yeah, I'm just about to put Casper down for his third and final nap of the day. And I just thought I'd quickly show you some of the things that I've been doing in his room to get it ready for him sleeping in there tonight. And also I just need to add a few more things in there ready for tonight, which sounds mad because his room is finished, but I'll quickly show you. So firstly, I've had this Himalayan salt lamp on in here. So this is usually in our bedroom, but I've had this on in here all day because we used to dry a lot of clothes in here, because obviously Casper never slept in here, so we always used to dry his clothes in here. But if you didn't know, that creates a lot of moisture and water in the atmosphere, which is not good for when we're going to sleep. So we never dry clothes in our bedroom. They're always dried in the spare room. And then, like I say, we've been drying Casper's in here. So the salt lamp helps. Yeah, the salt lamp, when it's on and the light bulb heats the salt lamp, the moisture sticks to the lamp in the air, so it, like the negative ions or something attract the moisture in the air, and it draws the moisture out of the air, so it cleanses the air, which makes it a better atmosphere for sleeping. And yeah, he's so shy. So that's that. I think I put that on about 4 hours ago, so I'm literally going to keep that on even when he has his nap now. And one thing I need to do is I need to get the Amazon Alexa out of our bedroom and pop it in here to play his white noise. So I'm just going to pop it under here where his clothes are, which is right up near his cot. So I need to get under the cot to plug it in, and then also his monitor. So his monitor is magnetic and it fits to like this little plastic slot, which you can either pop on a surface or you can pop it on the wall. And I found that it actually sticks to this, so I will show you in a minute. I can't decide whether I'm going to pop it there so that it looks down on him in here, or whether I'm going to just pop it on his changing unit and then it will sort of look through the gaps at him, because I do think the gaps are quite big, so you will be able to see him through it. But I'm just going to sort out the Amazon Alexa now. So like I said, I'm literally going to have to get behind his cot to plug this in. And I mean, to be fair, I probably should just wait till Josh is home, because I'm probably not going to be able to do it, but we can always attempt it, can't we? So the Alexa is in, and the plug is actually a lot closer to this wall than what I thought, which is good. I thought it was like right in the middle of like behind the cot, but it's literally just down here. So I'm going to pop this under here. I'm going to clear all this away as well. Some of this stuff needs hanging up and some of it needs going to charity, or it's going to be going on Casper's pre-loved page. And I'm going to just grab the monitor now and just sort of decide whereabouts I'm going to pop it. So I do think it will work quite well up here, because it will never be in his eye line, because it will be like above his head. But I just don't want it to fall off and then like it wouldn't hit him in the head, because it's attached to a wire, so it would fall and hit there, but it would make a bit of a noise. So I'm just going to see what I decide. So I've just popped a monitor on here. Where is it? It's here. And this is how it looks. So it's echoing, because obviously you can hear me, but you can only see, right, I'm going to turn this off now. you can only see the bottom of his cot, and I just don't know if that's good enough really, because what if it moves down in the night, or what if it moves up in the night? I don't know. I just feel like he's not going to be at the bottom of the cot. His head's sort of in the middle. I'm obviously not going to put him at the top, but I'm going to put him at the bottom, but his head will be in the middle and you can't really see his head, and it's literally just fallen off now. So I feel like it just doesn't go far enough down, so I'm going to pop it over here on his changing unit and just see what it looks like seeing him through the gaps in the cot. Right, so I'm just going to show you out of the room, just because I don't think you'll be able to hear me that well, but you still can hear me. It's very echoey. But this is it now. So I've popped it on the dresser, and then it's obviously showing him here. So I'm going to pop him down for a nap now. Hopefully, fingers crossed, he actually goes to sleep. And then we're just going to see how it looks when he's in there. So we are on nap number 3 of the day, and Casper is asleep in his cot, and he's been in there for about 20 minutes now. I've just had to go in a few times because he's been stirring, but I don't know if he was like fully tired when I put him down. But this is him on the monitor. You can literally see him holding on to the side of the crib. How cute is that? So it's about 4:30 now, so I'm hoping that he wakes up maybe just after 5, but knowing my luck, he'll probably wake up in like 5 minutes. And then we usually start bath time around 6:30. So I don't know, I just feel so nervous for tonight. I really don't know why. Like, I just know that I'm going to miss him so much, even though I'm so ready for him to be in his own room. But I don't know why it's such a nervous thing, because if it doesn't work out, I just go and get him. Do you know, like, he's literally through the wall. He's not even, it's not like he's down the corridor or up the stairs. He's literally through the wall, so it's not even like really that much of a big deal. I will literally just go and get him and either put him back in his snooze pod or get him in bed with us. But I'm just hoping that he gets into a good routine with it, and then I can put the snooze pod away, because he's just kind of a little bit annoying and in the way. So yeah, we'll see what time he wakes up from this nap, and then fingers crossed all goes well tonight. So it's the morning after the night before, and it did not go to plan whatsoever. So we put him in his cot at about 7 o'clock last night, and he woke up after like half an hour. It took him a while to get to sleep. Woke up, well, in fact, I think it's about 20 minutes. So Josh went upstairs, settled him, and then he slept for the longest. It was like an hour, and then he literally was crying like every 5 to 10 minutes, like proper piercing screams. And then eventually at like 10 o'clock, I think it might have been 9:30, brought him down here, went back up, put him back in his cot. After about 10 minutes he was awake again, settled him back down. 10 minutes he was awake again. So we literally just brought him back into our room, because I just said he's literally not going to sleep. And then he didn't sleep great after that. He woke up at 1 for a feed, then he woke up at like 2:30 crying, but I managed to get him back to sleep. And then he woke up at 4, and then I had to get him into our bed. He's currently asleep on our bed. It's about 8:30, I think, and he woke up at like 6:30, and we've just managed to just get him back to sleep on the bed, because he obviously hasn't slept great. So he didn't really go to sleep till about 11 o'clock. So yeah, let's try again tonight. Who's that beautiful boy? Is that you? Are you waving? So we're about to attempt nap number 1 or 2 in his cot. Can't really decide if it's nap number 1 or nap number 2, because he slept in our bed after he woke up, but he had been awake for like half an hour. So I'm not sure he's fully tired yet, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to jump in the shower and pop him in his bouncer. And then if he starts looking tired and rubbing his eyes, I'm going to pop him in his cot. for his nap, aren't we? Big boy. Okay, so I finally got him to sleep and it took me about half an hour. So I popped him in and after about 5 minutes he probably started crying. He would not stop. I left him. I couldn't leave him any longer than like a minute. So I brought him into the spare room where I do my hair and makeup, and he sat and watched me do that, and I could see he was getting tired again. So I put him back in, and as soon as I put him down he just looked at me and started crying, and I just thought, you know what, I'm gonna have to leave him. So I left him to cry for like 2 to 3 minutes. I went in, I touched him on the chest, and I could just see how tired he was, and he kind of like rolled away towards his bunny, which is what he always does. So I thought, no, I'm gonna be stubborn now, like I'm gonna have to leave it. So I literally just left my hand on him and I put my hand on his back, and then he literally fell asleep. So let me just check how long he's been asleep for now. That was at 11 o'clock and it's now 25 past 11. So he's been in there for 25 minutes, but the worst thing is I need to leave the house. It's 26 minutes past 11 and I was meant to be meeting Josh and his parents at 11:30, and outside we're going on a walk. And it takes about 10-15 minutes to get there. Obviously I've got to get him in the car and everything, so I'm probably going to be like 20 minutes late, but it's going to have to be done. So I'm just going to go for a wee, and then I'm going to have to get him out and transfer him to the car seat. But I've brought the car seat upstairs, so I'm just going to literally get him out of his cot and pop him straight into his car. So it's currently 7:15 on Saturday night, and I've just popped Casper down in his cot for the second night. So what I've done differently is I have popped him in his old sleeping bag, because last night he was wearing a new sleeping bag which is a lot bigger, so it was a size up, and because obviously last night there was a lot of change, I don't know, maybe he thought that sorry, I'm just looking at what the camera's doing, like it was quite big, so maybe his old sleeping bag's more snug. So I've put him in his old sleeping bag, I've put some of my milk on his little bunny, and that's really all what I've done differently. And obviously he's been in there today, so when I put him down he was actually a lot more content. I fed him in there as well. So last night I fed him in our bedroom and then I transferred him in there, which I don't think helped. So I fed him in there, let him get a bit sleepy, popped him in, and he was smiling at me, he was chatting away, and then I just kind of went right on the floor rather than just staring down on him. I just like got to his level and then I went on the floor, and he has fallen asleep. So I've also moved the camera, because the camera that we use, it has a really bright light on it, and where we'd placed it, it was kind of like looking right at him, and I think it was kind of shining in his face. So I've put it behind him, but you can only see through like a tiny gap, so I can literally only see the top of his head. I don't even know if you can kind of tell top of his head and his arm, so I will definitely be able to tell if he moves when I look at it. Although it's right next to the white noise machine, so it's literally picking that noise up. But oh well, it doesn't really matter that much, does it? So yeah, let's hope. He's been asleep now for 15 minutes, so let's just hope that he stays asleep, or at least until we've had our takeaway, because we've got a takeaway coming tonight. So fingers crossed it goes better than last night. So last night we did better than Friday night, so the first night that we tried him in his own cot. So I think it was 12:30 when he like fully decided to wake up. So we went to bed at around 10:30, and I honestly thought that I wasn't going to be able to go to sleep. I just thought I'm going to be awake and he's going to wake up in 20 minutes. And then we heard him crying, and I looked at my phone and it was 12:30. So he did 2 hours, which is the longest he's ever slept in there ever. So hopefully, fingers crossed, we can go a bit longer tonight. What you doing, big boy? They do say it takes 3 days for a baby to get used to change and used to a new environment. So I'm going to film tonight as well, or just document tonight, and then obviously see how we went in the morning, and then I'm just going to leave the vlog there because we can't just keep filming Casper's sleep forever, can we, bud? Because who's going to want to watch that? So fingers crossed, oh dear, he is better tonight than he was last night and the night before. I think he woke up about 5 times before we went to bed, but every time he woke up and we just put his dummy back in, he was a lot better than the night before. The night before, like, he just would not stop crying even when we put his dummy in, whereas last night we put his dummy in and he went back to sleep again. So we're getting there, aren't we? We are.
So
We're so Buster. We're so Buster, Rosa. Buster. So it is now Monday morning, and we have come to the conclusion that Casper is not ready to go in his own room. So last night was the worst night that we've had. He went in there and fell asleep for about an hour, and then he woke up crying, went upstairs, settled him. Half an hour later, crying, settled him. Went upstairs, he was asleep still. We got into bed literally 5 minutes after being in bed. He was crying, went in, and he would not settle. He was literally inconsolable. Where are you, buddy? And then what I did was I brought him into our room, and I just thought, you know what, I'm just going to put him in his snooze pod. He would not stop crying. I picked him up, put him back down, started crying again. Josh tried it. Josh got him off to sleep. As soon as he put him down, he started crying, and I actually ended up sleeping with him in my bed all night, and he slept for 6 hours. So we've just decided that he is not ready to be in his own room yet, and I'm just going to keep putting him in there for naps and maybe try again in a week or two. Maybe try again in a week or two with actual sleeping in there. But I've been speaking to a sleep specialist that I speak to quite a lot, and she said that he just literally might not be ready, which is absolutely fine, and to just, you know, have a few weeks off and then try again. He could be going through a developmental stage, which I think he is, because he's in leap 5 and he's also nearly sitting up. And then I think he's also teething because we've got a lot of dribble, and he's trying to chew on everything. Like, he's always had his hands and stuff in his mouth, because babies do that when they can find their hands. But he's like proper been grabbing our fingers, shoving them in his mouth, chomping down. He just wants to bite everything. So I do think that is teething as well. So I just think there's a lot of things that come into it. So this is our tried but failed vlog of putting our baby in his own room. We're just not ready yet, are we, big boy? He just likes cuddles with mama too much. So thank you for watching our little vlog, and I hope to see you guys in the next video. Say goodbye, Casper. Say goodbye. Say goodbye.